everybody, and welcome to Beneath the Cowl, a podcast by Cosplay Alliance. I am Loki, Goddess of Mischief, and hosting with me tonight is Canadian Comic Cutie.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
We're just here to talk to you about cosplay and the sexy aspect of cosplay, boudoir, OnlyFans, that type of thing, and how and whether it belongs in the community. So I guess we'll go around and introduce everyone.
Sure. Do you want me to go first?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Canadian Comic Cutie. I've been cosplaying for way longer than I'd like to admit. I have also been doing the spicy side of cosplay for over 8 years. Before OF was a thing. And now that it's a thing, I'm on there as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Melissa, but I go by It's Quiet Kitten online. And yeah, I'm no stranger to sexy cosplay as well. I'm really into boudoir and boot styles, so thanks for joining us today.
Well, hi, I'm Love Paper Doll on IG, and I've been cosplaying since I was like a little kid. But I've been into like just dressing sexy. I just like feel comfortable, and of course the sex work, and I just enjoy it, and then meeting new people, and then all the ladies. So yes, I've been doing this for quite some time.
And I'm Asia, known as Asia MK, and I've been doing cosplay for I don't know how long. Back in the day, I didn't know what the technical term it was, I guess. But I guess when I got older, I realized, oh, this is cosplay. There's a community out there. So I became a part of it, and I started sharing my cosplay on social media just for like a few years now, and I like it. I've been dipping and diving into the boudoir type of stuff, but I'm a little more shy in nature. Paper Doll knows this. And, I'm just developing my comfortability with it. And yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I get that. I've been doing cosplay for maybe 8-10 years. I don't even know. The boudoir stuff is the past few years, and again, it's been like a slow burn as far as like how much I put out there.
All right. Well, do we have some questions?
We do. I think all of myself, you, and Kitty came up with a couple of things, so we can get started on like a few of them. First of all, I mean, you probably all covered this, but does everyone have like a platform like OnlyFans or something along those lines?
Well, yes, I do. I'm on OnlyFans. And I've been using Gumroad as well to just sell a la carte, and I don't have to like really interact. That's for the people that don't want to subscribe. They're like, I just want to buy a video and keep it moving.
Quick and easy.
I've heard of Gumroad, but I didn't know what it really was, so that's good to know.
Actually, I use it. Cutie got me onto that one, and that's the platform that I use exclusively.
So do you guys sell digital or physical prints on there?
Both.
Digital. I do digital. I don't do physical.
You can have physical on there. So when they check out, then they'll have to put in their address for you to mail out. So you can do physical, because some people, they also sell merchandise on there, kind of like Etsy.
Oh, nice.
It's got kind of that vibe, but you can sell great digital.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so I do have an OnlyFans. I also have a Ko-Fi shop, which is mainly all cosplay-based stuff, mild boudoir, as well as membership tiers on there where people can access to see all of my builds, all my progress, behind-the-scenes videos of photo shoots, things like that. I also do Gumroad, which I do digital mainly on there. The odd time I do physical rewards, like my Pride stickers and stuff will be posted on there as a physical reward. They're really good in the sense of like set it and forget it. Like you don't have to do much. Also, you can do like sending out newsletters and updates as to when you post a new set, so people who are following you can see it as you do it. It's nice, like convenient for a lot of people, and they don't have to try. They purchase, they instantly get a download. You're good to go. And then I do OF as well, and I have 2 different OFs. I have a free site, and then I have a paid subscription site. So I do it all.
Yeah, you're on every platform, it sounds like, so.
Everything. You name it, I'm there.
Booked and busy.
Yes.
It's just a little busy.
I don't know if you've seen her Instagram, but yeah, she's a busy girl.
Oh.
Okay, so does anyone else have some questions they want to ask? I don't want to be the only one.
I'm going to ask some stuff right off the hop. So this is based around sexy cosplay in the cosplay universe, as well as the spicy side of it. How did you guys get started in the spicy side of cosplay, whether it's Boudoir or OnlyFans or anything like that?
Let's start with Paper Doll.
Let's see. Well, I've always just liked wearing like different stuff going with my mood. And there was like maybe a little mixture of cosplay with it. And it would just be me going out. And I'm like, I'm 37. I'm like, my boobs look amazing. I want to wear cute low tops. And I want to wear little flannel skirts and stuff. So I wanted to like dress sexy. But and then at conventions, they was so welcoming. I'm like, oh, for real? I can wear this? Okay. How far can I go? Next thing you know, I'm just wearing pantsuits and a fishnet, and I get so much love from women. They're like, oh my gosh, your boobs look amazing. Thank you. So it just started making me feel more and more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And with me being so comfortable and bubbly, it was getting other people out of their comfort zone. And now Asia, she's been coming out with her cheeks out and everything. So after just meeting so many people at conventions saying like, oh my gosh, you're so comfortable doing that. Oh, I want to do that. You can. So that's what started me just doing more cosplays like that. Not where the surface level, they're like, oh, she's just doing it for attention for guys. I'm like, no.
So you being you started you into this realm.
And I want to
love
that welcoming party, letting other people know, like, yo, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can do it too. Come on, I'm doing it, you can do it. Let's all be naked.
Yes, I love that. Love that.
So yeah, that's really my story. I just got comfortable, and I was just so happy seeing other people feeling more comfortable because they saw me doing it, and they're like, okay, hold my hand and let's do it together.
Awesome. So Asia, I think she's kind of answered the question for you, but go ahead.
Well, how I started was, let me go back a few years ago, but when I was growing up and stuff like that, and I became, into my little womanhood, I always been like skinny, but when I progressed in like my adulthood, I started getting on like this woman weight, and I didn't know how to handle it. I guess it was so foreign to me. I feel like an alien in my own body, and I started to like look into different styles, look at my outfits differently, just figure out how to be more comfortable in my own skin, because I wasn't used to all this woman weight. But as I got into cosplay a little bit more, because I lost sight of it when I was into my career, into my studies in school, when I started getting back into it, I have a really active imagination. So I was looking at these cosplays and was like, what can I do to put a twist on this cosplay? And I realized maybe I can like make it a little sexy a little bit, because I feel that even though the cosplay is a little more spicy than the original character, I feel that it'll still get the point across. It's still cosplay. I feel that people shouldn't downplay the cosplay because I made it a little bit sexy, but me getting into these cosplays and making it like a little more sexy, a little more spicy into my own special way, because I like putting twists and everything, it helps develop my comfortability, especially with trying to get more comfortable in my own skin. And of course, I know Paper Doll personally, so me working with her helped me learn different techniques and learn how to be more comfortable. And I'm an open book, and I love to learn from people. So I'm glad to sit on this panel to see insight on different stuff. I already learned some new stuff already, and we're 10 minutes in. I had no idea.
Awesome.
It's a whole new world. But this just my short little journey is just getting more comfortable and trying different sexy cosplays.
Definitely. Love that. Yeah, for myself, like I just started off in regular cosplay, and that was about 7 or 8 years ago. And then progressively, I felt over time like I became more confident with my body, especially through fitness. Like I found that was like my biggest driving factor. So I've just incorporated fitness in my lifestyle, and it's literally made my confidence like through the roof. Before then, I didn't feel comfortable in my skin. Now I'm just definitely expressing myself in a more sensual way. And the older I get, the more comfortable I am with my body. So like, why not show it off? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, like a lot of the costumes are portrayed that way in comic books. Like originally comic books were made to target the male audience. Like it was young pre-adolescent males, right? So they're making like Emma Frost wearing lingerie, sexy, like that's what catered to the audience. And honestly, I think it catered to women too, because why else would we be doing it if we didn't find it attractive? So I just, like a lot of characters, I just wanted to recreate them and just embody them. And there's nothing wrong with being comfortable in your skin and just embodying yourself and your self-expression. So yeah, I just, over time, it's definitely helped me boost my confidence.
Aww.
Amazing.
Yay.
I love it. And I'm so glad you are comfortable. That was a beautiful story.
Thanks.
I think that's a huge part of it. Like for myself as well, I got into it when I started feeling more comfortable. I've always been sort of like on the plus side of things. So a lot of the times you don't feel super comfortable like letting everything out there. But I made friends who were also like the curvier side, and they had the confidence to do it. So slowly I kind of joined the ranks, and I was like, okay, I'll do like a photo shoot here, whatever. And with each photo shoot, it just like gave me more and more confidence to do more and have more fun with it. And then with like regular cosplay, I'd always worn like the more conservative covered up stuff. But when I started doing that, like I branched out, and then it just all kind of became about the boobs. Everything was about the boobs. Gotta show
I love
the girls.
Absolutely. I love that you touched on the fact that most of them are drawn that way to begin with. So when people come at us being like, you're sexualizing the character, it's really frustrating because you can look at all of the history of the character and you can find all of them in lingerie at some point, or something is exposed or exaggerated or things like that. So I think a lot of people need to kind of understand that whether we're doing cosplay as Boudoir or cosplayer on another site, this character has been sexualized in some way, shape, or form prior. We're just doing it on our own way and our own terms.
Exactly.
And sometimes not even necessarily, because a lot of the cosplays, like if you look at the anime stuff, some of that is like overtly sexual and sexy and skimpy.
Yeah.
Oh yes, majority of the characters, or even in video games, as the character upgrades, it's like the warrior guy has all this stuff, but the girl's wearing a chainmail bikini.
Yeah.
How's that?
Not the best armor, but visually it looks great.
So I love in the chat that Gus is like, one day I'll try sexy cosplay. First off, good sir, we did a boudoir session together, and I was Gwen Stacy. So we've done some spicy like duo cosplay boudoir.
Guys.
It's true. Post those, Gus.
Yes.
We want to see.
I think
But yeah, more guys should get into it, right?
Yes, I've been encouraging like a lot of people, like doesn't matter your age, because a lot of people think that you gotta be like 21, 22 with a perfect tight body. I'm like, no, you can be older, young, doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your sex. You can, because one of my friends, he's been transitioning more into, well, she now she has transitioned and she wanted to also do sexy boudoir. And I'm like, you can
Do it.
Go ahead.
There's no like black and white of how somebody should look and how somebody should be to be sexy. Like you can be whoever, and as long as you're happy and you're comfortable, people will
That's
love
what it
it.
is.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? Like the community is very supportive, and we accept like different inclusive types of people. And as long as you're happy and comfortable, then it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks at the end of the day. So, because everyone's gonna have a judgment on you anyway. So some people, like I understand, sometimes I'll have family members or other friends that are just not into it. They don't want to follow me, and I respect that. Like it's not for everyone, but it makes me happy, and my fans happy. So it's like if it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah,
Can't please everyone.
Also, as far as age goes, I'm 44. I'm still doing it. So
And fabulous.
Yes.
Look
And
incredible.
And looking amazing.
fabulous.
The only issue I have is sometimes I have the time of day are like the trolls that like pop up and they're like, oh, another thought trying to be a cosplayer. And I'm like, what does my attire, or you assuming me being promiscuous have to do with my knowledge of the characters or anime? Did I say I don't have no idea who this is? But I do understand that I'm not trying to gatekeep. There's a lot of people that are sex workers that are crossing over into cosplay, just doing it for the clout. And then you have us that's been
Genuinely,
really into this and then want to be sexy. And so that's the mix up. And it gets really annoying of having the trolls like, oh, she just wants to be sexy. She has no idea who this character is. I'm like, how about you ask me like, oh, you like Naruto? Well, tell me who's your favorite character, or what's this, or do you like actually, instead of just assuming, oh, another thought in a costume. Am I taking money out of your pocket? Am I affecting your life? Like,
it was actually a great segue.
Yeah, like I wanted to segue into that. So how do you guys respond to critics who argue that boudoir cosplay like objectifies or over sexualizes women? How would you guys respond to a critic?
Well, let me start. So I do a lot of things that are not mainstream. I take Colonel Sanders and I do it topless with French fries over my titties.
That's fantastic.
Gravy down my back onto my butt. I do things that are not the norm because I love doing what I like doing. So for me, when people are like, why would you do that? My response is because I want to. So I don't get a lot of hate. I'm actually really lucky on that part because I think I've scared them away with my crazy, obscure, random stuff. But when I do, I generally tell like my following or people in the comments, like, just let it die. Let the comment die. It's not bugging me. I'm confident enough to just let it slide off my back. It's not going to affect me. And I think that's a big thing too with this is that if you're not ready to handle those comments, you shouldn't be doing this because you are going to be mentally challenged and it's going to hit you emotionally if you cannot stomach the hate. There's the positives, but there's also the hate. So you really do have to have a good backbone to deal with all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I do agree because a lot of people, I tell them like, as long as you're comfortable, do what you're comfortable with, but you do got to let them know that there's going to be a little sprinkle. You'll have like, 100 comments of people saying, yay, go girl. And then you get that one little troll and, you just got to be like, whatever. I'm not going to take on your insecurities with yourself and you put that on me. Like,
if you don't like it, don't look.
Keep scrolling.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Don't look.
Exactly. Because I remember somebody commented when I did Tokyo Ghoul with another girl and we were all sexy and they're like, you're turning everybody gay with this. You need to
You're welcome.
I was like,
Exactly.
really? I was like,
what's wrong with that? Yay.
My literal response would be, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, Okay, well, welcome. You know, this picture's turning people. All right.
Oh wow, I can't stand that. But
No, it's not a fun
when I do
time.
get hate, I do like to focus on the love that I get, and that makes me feel a whole lot better because I know there's people out there appreciating, my creativity, what I have to offer to this cosplay that I'm trying to portray, and it does get to me sometimes, but typically when I do get hate, I don't feed the trolls at all.
Yeah.
I'm the most nonchalant. I'm gonna ignore you. I am really good at ignoring somebody. It's kind of scary. So I just pay them debts. Do not pay them no mind. If I do need a social media break, I will take a social media break.
That's good.
Yeah, I think I'm the exact same page as Asia. Like, I just will not pay it any attention. And it's like, as soon as you feed into it or respond back, that's what they're looking for. And you just get upset. So it's like, just move on. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
It's the attention they want, and if they didn't want the attention, they wouldn't be there looking at you and criticizing you.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we're putting ourselves out there to be critiqued. So it's like someone said, Inceptive said in the chat, it's like, we are looking for attention to a certain degree. Otherwise, it wouldn't be posted online for the world to see and critique us. So I'll take the hate if it comes with it.
Yeah. Plus, it's fun. You know,
It's
it's amazing. I really enjoy doing it. I love doing the boudoir. I love the comments, especially from like women. Like, of course, guys are like, "Oh my gosh, the things I'll do to you." I'm like, "Okay, sir," but women are like, "Oh my gosh, you're so pretty." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, you're pretty." Like, I love the comments from women. That's the part that gets me.
Right? Women building up women. Let's go.
It's true. I guess going back into the hate. Let's go to the characters that you cosplay. I know there's a lot of people that have issues with you portraying, let's say, a character that comes from a kid's show. And Cutie's had experience with this. I've had experience with this. I don't know if the rest of you have done any of those kind of like underage characters or portrayed them. For example, I did a grown-up version of Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch. And most people loved it. But there was one chat that I wasn't able to see because it was not people that I was friends with. And basically saying that I was a pedophile for doing it. So I don't know if any of the rest of you do that, what you think about those kind of characters and portraying them sexually, and how you would respond, or how you do respond to people who say those kind of things about who you're portraying. Cutie, why don't you go, because I know you've had experience with this.
Just a little. So I'm known for doing Lunette the Clown from the Big Comfy Couch. I have done her. I've done her on every platform you possibly could imagine. And I do get a lot of comments, especially on my TikTok, being like, "Oh, you're sexualizing a kid's cartoon character." And I do understand where they're coming from. However, when it comes to Lynette in particular, she lives on her own and takes care of her grandma who lives in the backyard. She's not a child. Whereas something like Dora the Explorer, where she's actually a minor living at home and her mom and dad are part of the cartoon. For me, myself personally, I won't do anything that is child based. So Dora's off the list. Like things like that where it's actually child based cartoons and they are underage, I tend to not go towards. I did do a Cindy Lou Who as well. I did get a lot of flack for that. And in my own clapback was, if you actually read the way I was portraying her, I was doing her when she was grown up. This is a storyline I made for her to be this age. I didn't do her actual look from the younger version either, to kind of disassociate the two, to make them very different. So it's a very fine line for a lot of people, and it is a very sensitive subject for a lot of the trolls online as well. I think again it comes down to understanding that if you're going to portray characters that are under the age of 18, that's a bridge you need to cross on your own. That is a territory that you need to be comfortable with. You need to be understanding of the backlash you're going to get. If it's a fictional character, again, it's fictional, it's not real. Does it really matter? Are you making the child sexual? Are you acting like the child, or are you just dressing up
That's
as
the key.
character?
Exactly.
So I think that's the real fine line of the conversation on that one.
I gotta add that the guy that called me a pedophile for doing that, I did a deep dive into his Twitter, and he was all over a bunch of boudoir girls who were doing the Powerpuff Girls.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And he was not saying the same thing about them.
It's pick and choose. They pick and
Mhm.
choose.
It really is. And like the underage, like child characters, like what y'all were saying, which I enjoy seeing people do Cindy Lou because that's like so complicated with the
It's
hair.
cute.
It's super
Freaking
cute.
But I can tell the difference when you're being adult Cindy and like cute little, oh, what did mom and dad give me for, that's a little different.
Yes.
I tend to stay away from doing child characters. I have done Big Comfy Couch, Lunette, no issues, and I've done Molly with someone else being Lunette. So I try to stay away from.
My jaw hurts. Sorry. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I got through that one. That was really cute. But that was a while back. I love Lunette the Clown. I didn't get any flack on that, but I try to stay away from like just minor characters, and I try to stay away from like religious ones, like with the sexy nun and everything. I just like, okay, these are the ones I'm not gonna do. But I've done like sexy Himiko Toga, but because my hero's just been big with everybody, everybody's like, oh, we're fine. We don't care if she's technically a kid. I don't know. I don't know how old she is, a teenager. Nobody's really tripped. The only time I've been called a pedophile was because I go to cons and I play video games. They're like, oh, you're online playing games with little kids and you're going to cons with kids. Are you a pedophile? I'm like, no. You go to a con. There's adults there.
Yeah.
It's not a meeting of creeps. It's people having fun.
This is what nerds do. We're nerds.
Yeah, like understand I'm a nerd and I want to be with my peoples.
Hot nerds, but nerds.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always great meeting other like women or like that at cons and kind of relating, like, 'cause we all do kind of similar stuff. So it's really nice to meet you guys in person because it's different online. It's not the same. So when you actually can connect in real life at a cons, it's so much more exciting, and it's like a longer lasting impact and more memorable. Like if you follow people at conventions, I feel like the connection is just deeper in general than if you were to just meet someone online.
absolutely.
We see you, Gus. We appreciate you.
I know. I was like Velma and Daphne. You got to go there. You got to go there.
That's
But
what's
there's
really
no
nice, though.
Like nobody really, gets upset if you do Velma and Daphne.
No, they love Daphne.
Yeah.
Velma as well. Like,
Velma cosplays. I'm like double like. Let me comment.
Okay,
What's
I'm
the
gonna
whole
go
Velma
back to
and
the
Daphne
whole.
cosplay. I haven't got around to it, but I want to.
So the whole conversation about being at the convention and being a character that is sexual. This is something that we run into a lot where we get these comments. Like I know Loki, you did the question box and people are like, I don't like seeing adults dressing sexy at conventions. It's a child's event. Kids are here, so on and so forth. Have you guys run into these issues before at a convention or had somebody come up and say this is inappropriate or things like that?
So at conventions, I have a rule. It's like after like 7 p.m. when it's winding down, your kids should be gone by then. Daytime, if it's like 11 o'clock in the morning, I already know there's going to be kids everywhere. My ass cheeks aren't going to be out, my titties aren't out because there's so many children there. And then I kind of feel uncomfortable, like, oh, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But after 7 p.m., I'm like, oh, ass, titties, everything's going to be out. And then when I go to the rave, I better see 18 and older rave, not all ages. Because, no, I'm not working with your 9-year-old right there. Like, it's time, sir. So that's how I am with cons. It's like I got my cutoff of like 7 p.m. I'm going sexy. If your child's here, that's on you.
And that nobody's said anything to you so far when you've done that?
When I'm sexy, because there's no kids there, it's just adults.
Yeah.
But in the daytime, I do hear like people talking. No, I did one time when I had body paints. This was years ago. I did body paint. I did poison ivy, and I had like pasties on, and it was the Arkham game version. And I made this little kind of leaf thing. I was in the con, and it was probably like maybe 1:00. I was sexy, real cute, and I ended up getting kicked out the con.
No.
Wow.
What did they say?
And then I did a sexy Vegeta at Anime USA, and then they kicked me out the con too. So now I'm like, all right, we're not gonna be naked during the daytime. I learned my lesson.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
They're just
I've never tested the theory. I'm too scared. I don't want to get kicked out. So like I'll do sexy, but not like full out ass cheeks, you know.
Yeah.
To that certain limit where you know it's hot, but not crossing that boundary because I'm scared. I don't want to get kicked out of the con either. I have seen or met girls that have gotten like escorted out or asked to put on like a jacket and stuff like that. So I would rather just avoid that kind of drama if I can.
Yeah, when I dress for cons in the daytime, I typically aim for comfortability and what can I wear to easily get out that outfit just in case I had to go pee, just in case I style myself during the daytime.
There is no peeing at cons.
But yeah, at that point. But yeah, I haven't seen anybody get kicked out yet. That's actually kind of fun. It's funny enough.
Interesting.
But,
so where I'm from in Alberta, at Calgary Expo a couple of years ago, like pre-COVID, everything like that, they used to get volunteers that would walk around and they would be essentially checking cosplayers. So if they thought you were too exposed or something like that, they would be like, hey, this is your warning. Like, you need to leave. And when you come back, you're flagged and you need to go in and check with these attendees before you can actually enter the event. And I mildly agree with that in one sense, because there was a body painter and I love body paint. I love it. Absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. And we have people who actually do body paint at the expo. But this one person, she had pasties on, so that's cool. That's going with the guidelines and everything. But she bent down to take a photo with some kids, and I'm standing there, and her lips were pink. And I'm not talking the ones in this area.
Oh my God.
And so she got escorted out of the convention, which I was like, that isn't okay.
Yeah,
like,
that's legit.
Especially beside a child, it was very inappropriate. So my rule of thumb is that you can wear as high of cut bodysuit that you want. I don't care. Wear dancer's tights. Wear dancer's tights. Have that extra layer in between your flesh and the child or other attendees at the convention. Same with men in spider suits or spandex and things like that. Wear
dance
belts.
The children are at that level. Just don't do it.
And so I do agree, because when I got kicked out for that poison ivy like years ago, now I'm like, yeah, what the fuck was I thinking? And you know, I had boy shorts made out of leaves, and I had the pasties, and everything was painted, and then I had the little tie-on top. That was probably a little too sexy. That was better for like a nighttime, but I was so like loving the body paint.
Yeah,
it sounds fantastic.
Yeah, like you're so honest and real. Like at least you can admit, you know, okay, maybe I won't do that again. So other people are just stuck in their ways. So I agree. Like when kids are around, probably not the best idea. If it's a rave or with just an adult, perfectly fine in my opinion. So.
Or again, wear the proper undergarments. There's nothing wrong with wearing something that covers extra bits that are too exposed. Right. And I think that's the other thing too, is that these kids are at levels that they're going to run into you by accident or smack you and touch you, and it's not in the right areas that anything should be exposed. So put those extra layers on. Dancer's tights are mildly expensive, but you know what? They have no like control top lines or anything. So if you wear a high cut thing, you're not having that weird awkward line. So they're nice, right? And then dancer's belts for men is a huge deal. I find that I'm more worried about the men's spandex costumes than I am the women with the higher cut things, because as women we are aware of our surroundings a little bit more, I find, than the men who are not
letting it all out.
Yeah. Doing
No offense, you
Spider-Man
guys, but
poses with the junk.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, sir.
I mean, I appreciate you, but this is not the time.
Yeah, I tend not like everything that's sort of sexified for me as far as cosplay goes. It's more cleavage than like anything being exposed around the bottom. So, and I don't think that's something that I would do either way. I'm not comfortable with it. But dance tights are amazing and they firm everything up.
Yes.
That too.
Oh my gosh. Because once I discovered like wearing like dancer tights and then like cosplaying instead of having to paint my legs to be this character wearing them color tights, it smooths out. Because I'll get some pictures where I'm like posing and it's like dimple, dimple, dimple. But with the tights, it's like smooth. I'm like, yeah, I work out. Wink.
Yeah, for any girls watching, that's our secret.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dance
exactly.
tights.
Yeah, so the tights, they just smooth everything out. Love them.
I love them. They're a good investment. I used to be a dancer, so they're my best friend.
Yeah.
Right? When I found out, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a new me.
Where have you been all my life?
Best kept secret.
Yeah, okay. So let's maybe go over some tips or tricks for like boudoir cosplay if you have any ideas for like photography, for example. So one of my tips is the tights, or I use like lotion that has sparkles in it, or it's like a shimmer lotion. And on camera, it looks incredible, or body oil. So those are some of my tips. What about you guys?
Definitely what you said with the shimmers. It's just, oh my God, it's so amazing.
Chef's kiss.
I have not tried that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
My only pet peeve is like, because I love like oil and then you kind of rub it in, you get that nice glow. But the girls are like, put the glow and the oil on and they don't just rub it in. They're like, oh, perfect. And you got that big ass glare there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to go and just like rub it in for them. Like, you look good, but it's too shiny there.
Yeah, I think being heavily tattooed, lotion and oils, things like that are my best friend because not all my tattoos pop. I mean, they are older ink. So sometimes if you add the extra oil, they'll pop a little bit more and it'll look nice and clean.
Yeah.
The other thing is too, is if you're wearing a low cut suit and you find that you're exposing more than you need to, double-sided tape
Yes.
works wonders. As well as I'm going to butcher the name of the company. There is a company that caters to plus size tights. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but they create like a glue. And so it's actually, you can use it on anything. It's water soluble. So it'll hold anything for hours. And it's amazing. Like anything. Like I'm not even joking. I wore a spandex bodysuit and I used it on my cleavage and it stayed. I had to like peel it off at the end of the night. Like
You're gonna have to send me that.
Yeah.
It holds.
Okay, well, I don't judge. I use carpet tape.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's double-sided. You can get a big roll that will last you your whole con season for like $5.
Ooh.
And basically, like I'll like thigh-high socks or tights. I'll just cut a little piece, stick it to my leg, and it stay on the whole time. Tops that because when you got chest, like tops don't stay up too top. They'll always like slide down and be falling. So I put like a little tape. It's cheap. It stays up. I'm sweating all day. Top is still there. And so it's like, okay, come off. And I'm in the shower. And I'm like, okay, please wear off. Because I don't, it's like a Band-Aid when you peel it off. You're like, ah.
Yeah. Food for thought. Test a small patch on your skin first because I may or may not have done that. And I now have mild scars in areas I don't want to admit. So
Carpet tape too. Oh my God.
I didn't know about carpet tape. I use fashion tape, but it's not always the strongest. So I may
It's
have to
not,
try that sometimes.
I actually have a friend that's a cosplayer. She doesn't do the sexy cosplay, although she does anime ones. They're really sexy anyway. But like, yeah, she glues them onto herself. Like pieces that wouldn't necessarily stay. She literally glues them on. You watch her peel them off, and it's just like, find something else.
Oh yeah. Well, so definitely test because I tried like spirit gum and all kinds of
Mhm.
stuff. Spirit gum just doesn't work. The fashion tape that you said that doesn't work.
So,
So far, carpet tape, but I would like to try something that's just as good, but maybe a little safer. But so far, I love it. Using it on my legs to keep my thigh highs up. Everywhere else,
Kitty needs to send us that link because that sounds
I
fantastic.
will.
yeah, I want to try that.
I cannot get my Raven tights to stay up, so I need something.
I got you. I got you.
But yeah, also like for the photography aspect, angles. Like if you just know how to angle yourself and do proper lighting, like a lot of the things that you would usually add in, you don't necessarily need. Ring lights are your best friend. Ring lights are fantastic.
Yeah, lighting is everything. It's so true.
Yeah. And just having a photographer who knows women, who knows your insecurities and knows how to hide them.
I love that.
Yeah,
Okay,
if you're
so
gonna
what-
self-shoot, sorry. If you're gonna self-shoot, my biggest thing is have a full-length mirror. Have a
Mhm.
full-length mirror in
That's
front of
literally
you.
what I was gonna say.
You know what?
Yeah.
Even if you're not self-shooting, like it would be nice, like if somebody's photographing you to have a mirror there, just to be able to pose yourself the way you want to be portrayed.
And the thing is look for poses of people the same size as you. I'm a
Mhm.
plus size girl. I have a big old booty, a teeny tiny waist, and a big old chest. And if I'm looking at somebody who is a different shape or size than me, that's not going to be flattering on my body type. I need to know what fits my body type. So don't be scared or afraid to look up your body type or try those other angles and see how they work. But if you get discouraged because they don't work, understand that not all bodies are built the same. So it doesn't mean that it doesn't look good on you necessarily. You just need to tweak it. Tweak it to adjust for your size and your shape.
Great point. The
That
mirror thing though is like definitely a game changer.
Yes,
Yeah.
'cause even regular photo shoots, I don't care. We're going out in the woods. I got my little mirror. I prop it against a tree because I've had somebody take pictures of me. They're like, "You're doing good. You're killing it."
Mm.
Look, I'm like, "Why does my face look stupid?" No, I'm killing it.
That's
So
why a
That's the other thing.
photographer who knows you.
Communication.
Exactly.
Communication
So-
is key.
So when you have like the mirror and you can look at yourself, and I still stop them within like taking 5 pictures. Okay, let me look. All right, these
Mhm.
look. Because I want to knock out a photo shoot within like 30 minutes and then let's go. I don't want you to send me 500 pictures to go through. I just want 100 or less and be like, okay, I like these 10. Let's go.
Perfect. Hey, work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. But I
I've
know
been
for
starting to get that mirror trick, but it's hard because I know not all photographers invest in like a mirror. So now I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should invest like a little travel mirror, probably.
Go to Walmart,
Walmart.
get their
Yeah,
cheap
why not?
full-length mirror.
Walmart
Yeah.
has everything.
It's cheap. Like just go to Walmart and grab one of those.
Exactly. And then we'll just carry one around. I know Asia and I are short because Asia's like 5 foot even. And
Are
I'm
you?
I'm 5'2".
You're tiny.
I'm 5'2", so she makes me feel tall sometimes. So when we shoot, we be catfishing. People be like, "Oh, I thought y'all were like 5'9" and 5'10". I thought y'all were Amazon."
Angles, like she said, right?
The camera
Down
low.
up.
Like photographer is about to shoot. I'm like, no, get a little lower, shoot it up. And
See,
then,
I like them higher.
and then I like to stretch because one, it brings your stomach in, and I like pose with my arms up, so stomach goes down, and I look taller, and I'm stretching the whole body out and posing. A lot of my poses are like the same. It's like copy paste, change outfit.
Hey, if you're comfortable and it looks
Mhm.
amazing, keep it going.
I like to tell my followers, this is not what I look like. I don't look like this in real life. They're like, no, I don't believe you. No, I don't look like this in real life. Trust me.
And then I'm over here posting pictures looking like a potato sack. Being like, "What up?"
And we love it.
Yeah, and for photo shoots too, I like to do dramatic makeup. So I'd rather wear more makeup than less in photos because it's gonna show up better on camera, I find. Like in real life, I'm like, I don't think I'd wear this heavy, but for a photo shoot, I'll go all out. So
Absolutely. And honestly, a lot of people too, when it comes to like contouring and stuff for photo shoots, the darker it is, the more like noticeable it is on camera.
Yeah.
So make sure you take 2 photos of yourself when you're doing your makeup, like in between stages. Take one of a selfie and take one with the back camera. Take one without a flash and take one with the flash. This will tell you what's popping and what's not popping and what to add and what to take away.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely taking that tip. Wow.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't think about that.
And your makeup looks amazing, so I'll definitely listen
I
to
was
you.
shooting today.
Oh, were you? Nice.
Oh.
What were you shooting?
Looks amazing.
Customs.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice. It looks
Very
great.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually did a Bellatrix cosplay, and I was doing some photos for it. And like, you sit and you look in the mirror, and it looks so dark, and then you take a picture, and like nothing.
It's
Yeah.
muted.
It really makes a difference to actually take a picture of yourself and see what it looks like on camera, because it's so completely different.
It's true.
I've
That's
noticed,
amazing tip. I'm
yes.
definitely
And
taking that.
I think like my only issues, because I love wearing like real big dramatic lashes, and then I put contacts in to draw attention to my eyes. But when they have the light box, I got to make sure like I like look up and make sure I have
Reflectors.
and put my lashes on it at an angle, because when the light and the flash, it just has this big shadow and it looks like dark circles. And I'm like, oh no,
Use
we
a
need to
reflector.
this- a reflector to keep. Yeah.
So I wear big lashes. Like, I don't think you guys can see them, but like
We can see them.
they literally touch my eyebrows. And the biggest thing is the reflector. Even if you're at a photo shoot with somebody or you're self shooting, like my ring light's in front of my face, but if I like tilt any which way, I'll have this big shadow. If you put a reflector down underneath, it'll kind of swoop the light up. So you're not always having to like lift your head or anything like that as well. So when you are shooting with a photographer, the first thing you should say before you go to the shoot is, I wear really big lashes and end up with dark circles. Do you have a reflector? If they say they don't, invest in one. Get them off Amazon. Bring your own.
That's brilliant. I would, yeah. I'm gonna invest in a reflector because I get the shadow underneath. I'm like, damn you lashes, go up.
So now
Actually-
you're gonna have me buying a mirror now and
And a reflector.
I'll send you a shopping list. It's okay.
Carpet tape, you know, got your lotion ready.
Oh, and don't forget the glitter. You need the shimmers.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
glimmer.
right.
oh,
The
now
shimmer,
glitter.
The dance tights.
The dance tights, the shimmers.
What else?
And
I'm
I
sure
don't
we'll
learn
come up with something.
Another trick.
We'll come up with something else. So what would you say to somebody who wants to get into this? Who wants to do like not just the boudoir stuff, but like the OnlyFans and things like that?
Are you comfortable doing it? And I also tell them that even if you want to do boudoir or OnlyFans or anything sexual, you doesn't mean you have to like do like the nasty or what you see on the hub. Just do what's your comfort level, and your fans will love you for who you are. They don't want you to do backdoor, XXX, whatever, crazy stuff. They'll be fine you doing cute little simple. Like, just be comfortable with that level. Don't try to compete with other people.
Great advice.
Really is, yeah.
So I generally tell people quite a few things, but my biggest thing is boundaries. Have a boundary. If you're comfortable at this level, like you said, don't go over that level because somebody's offering you X amount of money. Don't do that type of thing, because once you've crossed that level and that boundary, they're going to expect more. They're going to push you. They're going to pressure you. And unfortunately, if you've done that, you're going to feel that you need to do that. It is all about setting your boundaries. And if somebody says, well, you know, this girl will do that for this amount, like, why won't you? Hard no. Block.
You're not that
on,
girl.
Don't do it. Like,
Exactly.
stick with what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, for me, it's like I like to leave a little bit to the imagination. So for some people, you know, they want to go all out and they're comfortable, like your comfort level, that's perfectly fine. For myself, I recognize this is my limit and that's where I'm going to stay. And like, as I said, if you leave something to imagination, people always come back for more. If you show it all up at once, it's like, okay, well, on to the next girl. Like maybe this girl has something better, she's cuter, whatever they may think. So stick to what you're comfortable with and body positivity. So just be happy with who you are, keep working on yourself. Like I'm like this year, my whole thing is fitness goals. So I'm just literally 6 days a week. I'm trying to literally change my life forever. Like I told myself this year, I'm going to become the fittest version of myself. And then on the other side, that makes me more confident in photos because I'm like, wow, I feel like the best I've ever felt mentally and physically. So yeah, I'm just trying to really progress and body positivity, just be comfortable in your skin and however that is for what type of person you are. So.
And just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean you have to. I think that's the biggest thing with cosplay and Cosplay Boudoir or the OnlyFans or Fansly or any of these things. The people coming into this go, oh, if I don't do this, I'm not relevant. And if you're doing it for the clout, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
This is supposed to be about fun. It's supposed to be about you expressing yourself in an art form. And I think that you need to not hold yourself as somebody else. Like, oh, this person's done boudoir and done like full, artsy nudes, whatever. I have to do that. That's not what you have to do. Stay where you're comfortable. Do you.
Exactly. Because I'm pretty sure all of us got like the wild request where you're like, okay, this is my level. I've been doing this level for a year. And then you'd be like, hey, I want you to get butt naked and pop ping pongs out your you're like,
have you been looking at my stuff? No.
You see what level I'm at, and now you want me to no thank you.
Yeah. No.
Like, what the hell?
And I think there is a big thing where regular cosplayers who just want to be regular cosplayers see this and see the attention that the girls get and feel like they're inferior because they're not getting the likes and whatever that you get when you do sexier things. But we need to make it a culture where it's not about likes, it's not about follows. Like, your cosplays are good. Don't sell yourself out for who you're not because you see what's going on with other people. Like, forget about other people. Look at yourself, like what you're seeing, and leave it at that.
I agree with that. I went as far as going on Instagram and turning off my likes for the pages I'm seeing in mine. I don't know what my likes are or you all. I turned it all off.
Yeah,
it's just a number.
That's not my goal. My goal is to interpret cosplays how I see it in my beautiful imagination and bring it to life. Either
I love that.
Solo or with my friends or my cosplay, comrades. That's my main goal, is to share my interpretation of my cosplays.
Yeah, like I said, I do things that people would never think would be something I should do. I've done the Swedish chef in a pool full of noodles. Nobody asked for that, but I wanted to do that.
And we loved it.
The things in my head are from 0 to 60 super fast, and I do it because I love doing it. And I think that's something that's missing in this like new way of cosplaying, like with the TikTok trends and things like that. Everybody feels that there's a standard they have to meet, and they've taken the fun out of it. They've taken all of the love, and they complain that they're worn out. It's too expensive. I can't do this. And at the end of the day, the only one setting those limits is you. So bring it back to what you love. Do what you love, and everybody who follows you, they followed you because you did what you loved. Stick with that.
And you were happy. Like, they saw that you were happy doing what you were doing. So just keep doing that.
I like what Asia had said about, because I started doing that, like just moving, muting the likes, because I don't want to see the number. Because, and I think maybe a lot of us went through that, where you had that dream cosplay, you finally do it, you did the body paint, the armor, you went all out, and you posted, you're getting like a couple of likes, a couple of comments, and then as you're scrolling, it's a girl, and she's like, oh, hey, I bought some animal crackers. Was sitting in my comments, oh my god, this is so fucking amazing. And you're like, I just did this armor build. This took me like 3 months. Telling me this girl bought animal crackers, and you like this shit.
Well, that's what I was finding too. You pay money for like a good photo shoot, and you've gone all out with all of this stuff, and then you take a selfie and the selfie gets more likes than what the beautiful photo shoot did. So like, why look at the numbers? Like, who knows what the algorithm is anyway?
Yeah.
That's why I just do what you love. Go ahead and post it. Close out Instagram. Don't look.
Don't look.
And just do it because you love it and it makes you happy. Versus, okay, why is this person getting more likes? Or why do you like this picture of me better than this one? This one was harder. This one,
Yeah,
I guess it's very subjective, right? So everyone has their own taste. They'll say, oh, you look amazing in Poison Ivy. I don't like you in this cosplay, though. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I guess everyone sees it differently, but you can't try to cater to everyone.
Exactly.
Bingo. That is right. Because I cater to everybody, I'm gonna go mad. I don't want to go mad.
exactly. You'll never have any time in your life to do anything else because you'll be too busy catering for everyone else.
Exactly.
Oh, you want this picture? I got to take this one. And I got to take that one because this person wants no.
I notice of all of us is that we all are like cosplaying characters that we like and not like mainstream, because you're saying like Cindy Lou and Lunette the Clown. Like everybody's doing what they love versus, oh yeah, so I got Dean Slayer is about to drop, so I got to do this character, and bro, I got to do this. Because I do get requests where it's like, why haven't you done the lady from Demon Slayer? That's popping right now. I'm like, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
This person.
A lot of people go for like what's trending because I guess, like you said, it goes hand in hand. They'll get the likes because that's what people want to see. It's demand. But I only do that if it's actually, like you said, a character that I'm actually really interested in. Or if I just like the way they look, then sure. I don't even like some characters. It's like, you know what? I just like how she looks. I don't even like the character that much. I'm just gonna recreate that look because why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Do you guys remember when Bowsette was trending? Like, it's so funny how like trends, like now it's Demon Slayer. Like there's always something new, like the next week. So it's hard to keep up with all these like fan bases.
Yeah, I can't.
Fandoms.
It made me laugh with the whole Bowsette thing. I decided to go with the opposite, and I did all the like random characters. So I did like a Boonette, and I did a Boo-ette, and I did like Dry Bones-ette. Like I did everything else because there was art that I was seeing popping up on my timeline, and I was like, you know what? Everybody's so drowned in Bowsette right now, and these artists are coming up with this really cool art. I want to showcase that. So I went and I did these obscure ones, and everybody loved it. Like one of my biggest posts that I get all the time recommended, like when it's Mario Day, is like, oh, repost your like Piranha Plant thing that you did, which was a Piranha Plant like artwork for an et. And it was like, it's one of the biggest ones that I have. And I was like, it was a closet cosplay I threw together, making fun of all these like freaking Bowsettes that are just popping up out of anywhere. I'm like, I'm going to be the oddball. And I'm like, they loved it. And so I think a lot of people need to understand that there is a lot of people backing all these fandoms that are coming out. But when you still do something that's unique or your own take on it, or you take somebody's art and recreate it in a different version, it's going to pop more than everybody doing the same thing continuously.
And like Asia, she loves Mario. That's her screen Mario. So she did everybody. She did Mario, Luigi, Mario, just everybody in Mario. I was like, I love it. And everybody, and like people that know her, like know that she loves it. So when she's doing all the characters, and she's just doing a bunch of TikToks, being every freaking character, talking to each other. So it's like hilarious, but she did like her own way and her own version. But when that Bowsette dropped, we went to the con, and everybody, I was like, oh, this is a cool cosplay. And then when I went to the con, I was like, yeah, no, scratch that. We're not.
It's like the Harley Quinns and Eddie from Stranger Things. It's like always, you know what's going to be the flavor of the month, of the year, or the con.
Yes, exactly. That's why I haven't done none of those. I like, you ruined it. You know, there's other people. And oh my goodness, they ran Harley Quinn to the ground. They ran
Harley Quinn to the ground.
They really did. I love her to death, but
Yeah, done.
Con, there's like 50 Harley Quinns. Like one con I actually counted, there's like 100 Harley Quinns. But
we used to play a drinking game.
Oh no. take a shot every time you see Harley? Oh no.
Yep. Let's just say that ended in one day. We're like, we can't continue this all weekend. This
We'll
is
die.
not okay.
That was like Spider-Man for guys, right?
Oh yeah.
Every time you see Harley, you're like, you know, there's more characters in DC. Like, you can do somebody else. No, I want to be Harley. Monday, I'm going to do this version of Harley, and the next day, I'm going to do this one. And you're like, there's other characters. Switch it
Are
up.
there any other cosplays y'all are tired of seeing as well?
Harley Quinn.
I mean, Harley.
So they do like group photo shoots. I don't know where you guys are at, if they do like group meetups and things like that. But when they do group meetups, like Harley Quinn is definitely one that is a lot like overdone. But I do love when they get a group together and you see everybody's original take on something and they don't all look the same. And that to me are those people that I go up and I take photos with, or I ask for their socials, or I do things like that, because to me, I still adore everybody who's taken the time and effort to put the costume on and wear it to a convention. Like, that takes balls in general. But the ones that do it different or put their own twist on it, I'm always intrigued by, because I love mashups, or I love something that's like so left field. So those ones are the ones that really intrigue me.
Yeah, just not Daddy's Little Monster.
Yeah.
I did a Negan version because that was more fun. So I had like a jacket. My friend made me a jacket, and it was oh god, I can't remember what it said on, but it wasn't Daddy's Little Monster. It was I can't remember, but yeah, the shirt was different. Like, I had a lot of fun with that. I wore it to San Diego Comic-Con, and there was a big Negan meetup.
Ooh.
And like, there were so many different versions of Negan there. It was fantastic, and it was just like another one to insert. Negan's daughter.
Oh, yes. Because I like seeing something different where I'm like, wow, where'd you come up with that idea? So, like what you said, different versions of Harley.
Art.
Not that
Fan
copy and
art.
paste all the same. I get tired of that.
It's fun getting stuff from art. Like Cutie said, like, she finds art and she does things. Like, there's so much fan art out there where they mash things up.
So do y'all go on Google and type in like whatever character you want to do, but type in whatever fan art and then see everything? Because I recently did Puss in Boots.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Character you would never thought of.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
She nailed it.
I'm gonna creep your Instagram after.
I was gonna say, you're gonna be like opening up your Insta. It's gonna be like all these likes and comments, and you're gonna be sick of me and block me by the end of the day. It's fine.
So going back to the chat, like what I do agree is that obviously, like, I buy a ton of my costumes. I don't make everything. That's just being straight up. But I do like when you make a costume, it is more original because you're not going to see it in a store or online, right? So I have to agree, like, where you're, even if you're doing certain accessories or props, if you build something or make it from hand, it is going to be more original at the end of the day. But that's not feasible for every costume. But I do find, like, at conventions, or if you really want to stand out, making a costume will go a lot further.
Yeah, like I know there's the constant debate of, is buying a costume considered cosplay, or are you just being lazy and not doing the full work? I hate that conversation. I think that people need to understand that there is absolutely nothing wrong with purchasing a costume and putting it on. 90% of the time, people work full time. They're just getting into the hobby. They don't have the skills or something like that, which isn't a bad thing.
Materials are expensive.
Well, it's like what Jeff always says, he has more money than he does time. So he would rather purchase something that's good quality, things like that, still love the fandom, and go and express it at a convention versus trying to build it himself. So I think that people need to understand that whether you make it or you buy it, there's no problem with that.
Yeah.
And that goes with sexy cosplays too. You can go and you can purchase the online sexy outfit of whatever character that you want and, you know, wear that for a boudoir shoot. Or you can go and buy cheap Amazon lingerie and make it the colors of the character, make it your own, and it'll still portray that character. So there's nothing wrong with either option.
No, exactly. And like, even with making a boudoir, you can go online and get $20 things on like Amazon, and it's perfectly fine. It looks sexy. It doesn't matter. Closet cosplays, though. You gotta love the closet cosplays.
I'm trying to do more of those because I have so much freaking cosplay stuff that is just rotting in my closet. I'm like, if I don't do a closet cosplay, I'm never going to use it again, you know? I'm probably going to sell some stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, so what I tend to do when I get overwhelmed or overworked or any of those things from online or trying to figure out costumes for a convention or things like that, I make a personal challenge. So this year's the challenge for me is the Disney villains. So it's my villain era. And I've taken things from my closet and repurposed them to be the villains and things like that. So it's like you said, when we're cosplayers, whether you're buying your costumes or you're making them, you have all of this stuff. And you could pull things from every realm and make your own OC character. You can create a really cool closet cosplay look. And I think a lot of people need to understand that not everything has to be a professional photo shoot either. To be a cosplayer, you don't need to have a professional photo shoot. You can take the images yourself and post them as well. So I do tons of closet cosplay. I'm known for doing tons of closet cosplay. And I think that's the fun part, is it brings you back to those roots of crafty and creative and kind of like essentially working that muscle in your brain of not being overwhelmed by expectation because you're just having fun. It's like Mr. Dressup's tickle trunk. Like,
Yeah. What I do with my closet cosplays, because nobody knows this new algorithm, but some people don't like pictures as much as they used to. They want you to do like TikToks and Reels. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to give into that. Like, I don't know how to do a TikTok. But of course, Asia inspired me because she's always doing Reels. So and then I got this backdrop that I got on Shein for like $10. So I'll put my closet cosplay on and I'll find like a sound that is kind of funny. I don't do TikTok dances because I really don't got rhythm. But I'll put the closet cosplay, stand in this background and just be like, hey, look at me, I'm the character, and talk it out.
It's fun.
And that's been getting a lot of traffic and likes. I'm like, okay, my reels are really going somewhere versus taking pictures that I'll be scrolling or people I know are scrolling and then my picture, like my video pops up. And I'm like, damn. So I posted like 5 pictures last week. You ain't seen none of them, but you seen this video.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
I think that's like the new thing. We got to start little videos.
It goes back again to like your comfort level as well. I have no interest in doing TikToks at the moment. I don't have the time. I have a kid. Like, I'm busy, so I just don't do them. I know that they bring people to your page, but if you're not at that level, if you're not at the comfort level, and I'm old, so I don't care about the new technology. But like, yeah, do it if it seems like fun and you want to try it. But if you don't, that's fine too.
That's why I started getting into it, because it's fun, and I always think of funny scenarios because I love movies. I'm a movie buff, and I be watching movies. See a 20-second, 30-second scene, I'm like, that'd be perfect for a cosplay, and that's how I get them out. I don't know.
I have to see your TikTok. I'm definitely excited to see your videos. So
me too.
Her videos are hilarious. So I got the little cheat code because I have a 15-year-old. So I'm like, so what TikToks are trending? He's like, Mom. So yeah, this video. I'm like, okay, I can do that. Thanks. And he's like, I know you're not about to do that. Be like giving me the cringe face, like, ugh, because he don't see us for cool, Mom. He'd be like,
I can relate. My 13-year-old.
Oh, I love the cringe.
Me too.
That's what's popular on TikTok. Like, TikTok is cringy stuff. That's what people love.
Yeah, exactly.
If I do it, it'll be for the cringe.
It's still got to be in your comfort level. So you'll never see me doing the hey.
Yeah, like woo.
Like I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I'm with you.
Short and sweet, but Asia, she's just. I love her videos because she's just talking and she's like 5 different characters.
I can't do it.
What is your TikTok handle, Asia?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's my old name is Asia Nke Charnay. That's my old name.
But she posts
like
them on her Instagram, so
Yes.
cross posting
Okay,
is better.
Good.
That's
I won't watch on TikTok. I'll wait till they get old and then they're on Instagram. That's how I watch.
touche. But that's why I do most of my cosplays is definitely when I make the reels, the TikToks, the YouTube shorts. But that's when I really do it. It's something quick and easy, and I don't get my creativity out there. And plus, when I think of a concept, I go inside of my notes on my iPhone and note down like what I want to say in the video, who I'm gonna cosplay, who's gonna interact, am I gonna cross different enemies or game characters? And
That sounds like a lot of work.
I'm so excited to see.
It sounds
got a lot more
amazing.
stuff to do. I had to do him from Powerpuff Girls cosplay, so I'm working on a new video.
I love it. I did him, and it was one of my favorite things because I did like an 80s, 90s challenge for myself one year. And so I did like Princess Morbucks, and then I did him, and I did Mojo Jojo. So love it.
You should see Cutie with her challenges.
I know.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely
gonna
gonna
find
look after this. I'm just gonna be on everybody's page. Like, ooh,
I need to find a Mojo Jojo.
It was so much fun. Like I made the headpiece, everything, and I had the ears, and I went all out. Yeah.
So you know what? After we're done filming this, we'll put all our socials in the chat. So if people watching this later on want to check us out, they'll know where to find us.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. So I want to just say that there's something to be said. Like people are constantly, oh, sexy cosplay is not cosplay. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, they don't criticize people who can't afford like the professional cosplay and just throw something together. So what makes it so different if you're not wearing the screen accurate professional suit and you're doing a sexy cosplay instead? Like if people can do the closet cosplays, if people can do the cheaper cosplays, there's no reason why you can't do the sexy cosplays too. I feel like that falls under the same thing. Like cosplay is cosplay. Nobody has to look a certain way. Nobody has to look like the screen accurate professional $1,000 Batman, whatever. And another thing that I was thinking of is they criticize you for doing the sexy stuff at cons because of kids. But nobody ever questions the realistic looking weapons that people are aiming at kids in photos at cons. And I kind of feel like if you're going to be criticizing things, then criticize all of that. Because there's so many things that could be deemed inappropriate. And frankly, more inappropriate than sexy cosplays at cons.
And I mean, it comes down to the fact too that any platform or even at a convention, kids are going to be there. There's no way to prevent that. They're gonna lie to get age approved on, platforms, so on and so forth. But as a parent, I like not to like parent shame or anything because I'm not, but it is up to you to actually monitor what your children are watching, what your children are seeing. And at a convention, if you think it's something inappropriate, that's a conversation you need to have with your kid. You can filter these things. You have these options to do so. So it's not always because of us. Like we're not always the reasoning behind something because somebody can think that me wearing a tank top is inappropriate when yet I'm not wearing anything inappropriate. So really that's a level of each individual person and their parenting skills. So I think that people need to stop critiquing women or men at conventions for their levels of sex appeal or things like that too, because if it's a problem, then maybe you shouldn't be there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like in the West specifically, women's bodies are kind of more shamed or like hidden. So in like Europe, they're very much open with nudity. If you open the newspaper, there's going to be a topless girl at the back of the newspaper. Like how we have a Sunday girl. I don't know in Toronto how you guys seen it, but it's come on.
Yeah.
In Europe, they're topless. Like that's just the culture there. They're accepting of women's bodies. They find it, attractive or sensual. And I feel like in the West, it's a bit more demonized, and weapons or violence is more acceptable than nudity. I'm not sure why, it's just our culture, but I don't think that's really makes sense, because what's so harmful about a woman's body versus a weapon which could harm or kill someone? Not saying like weapons are bad, but it depends on who's using them. But that's just a whole other topic. I guess we'll have to go through another day. But
and I think the thing is too is if you can wear it to a public pool and you're allowed at the public pool, why are you not allowed at a public convention?
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, if your kid's splashing around in a toddler pool and I'm in a 2-piece bikini, you're not saying anything to me there. But I'm doing it at a convention and I'm wearing something that has dancer's tights and, you know, all my bits and pieces are hidden. Why is that an issue?
Good point.
I think women's bodies are kind of demonized in the West, but
if it's a swimsuit, okay. If it's a bra and panties, it's not.
Yeah, that never
makes sense.
But
I would say it's like if you know you as an adult and you know you're going to be around a bunch of kids, especially daytime at a con, just kind of be mindful. Like you don't want something where, like what you said, the girls was all out and everything. And that's how I am when I go to like a public pool versus I'm at an adult resort.
Yeah.
Adult resort. Oh, I'm wearing the string bikini thong, everything. But I'm at the pool where there's kids and splashing around with the pool noodles and goggles. Then I'm gonna have the family-friendly 10-king swimsuit with the short. I'm wearing the mom swimsuit. Like, why the hell am I at the kids' pool with a whole thong? Am I looking for a stepdad or something? Like, no, I don't know.
That's fair.
So it's just people need to be more mindful about that. I made my mistake years ago thinking the body paint and like, oh, kids, duh.
Live and learn.
And that's the thing, you know. I do think, like, and you can tell from this conversation that we are mindful. Like, all these people that are criticizing us, most of the time we are covered up. We're mindful that there are kids more so than a lot of other people.
Yeah, there's a time and a place, right? And if you're online, then no offense, your kids should not be looking at it. If it's in a convention, then I understand, and I can respect the parents, you know, from not wanting someone to be all out there like that.
Absolutely.
Evening time at the convention, you're about to head to the rave park, and you're wearing your rave clothes, and they start clutching their pearls. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Lady, it is 9:00 at night. I drank a couple of, Red Bulls and vodka. Like,
I need to go to your conventions.
Right?
Canadian conventions are boring.
They really are.
Where are you guys from? By the way, where are you located?
We're in DC, Washington, DC.
Oh, no way.
Like, I'm pretty sure, are y'all familiar with, like, Katsucon?
Yeah.
Yeah, we live right by Katsu.
Oh, okay.
That's the well-known con that everybody comes to. And we're like, hey,
yeah.
I just drove here from the house. What's up?
It seems like a fun one. I'd like to go sometime.
Yeah, it's fun. The next one coming up is Awesome Con this month.
When's
so it's
that?
coming up soon.
June 17th?
Yeah.
Is that in Maryland or
DC?
Oh, it's in DC. Okay.
But I prefer I prefer the conventions that are at hotels, because then it's like 24 hours nonstop.
Easy. And too old for that.
The convention centers, they usually close at like 8. And like, all right, go away and have fun. Where? Like, dude, I don't know where to go.
I think we have our after parties or whatever, but they're usually at a club close by, like, and you usually have to have a hotel nearby so that you can change, and it does sound better if you like have it in a hotel and you can just do everything there.
Yeah, and you just stay right in that same facility. You can go in the elevator, go up to your room, change, come back down, and you're there at the con. There's different stuff. But
that sounds amazing.
My favorite con is MagFest because it's music and games convention, and it's just all like nonstop gaming. And I was cosplaying a sexy Sonic, and it was like 2 a.m. and I'm playing Dance Dance Revolution, holding my greens. So like, yay, dancing.
Where's that con at?
Same place as Katsu. It's
okay.
New Year, right after New Year's, the first weekend of January, and
Oh,
it's just
okay.
all these games. You can just stream and play games all night. So
Check
that's
it
cool.
my favorite con.
Things we don't know about.
Not that many,
Yeah.
Right?
I have to
Most people-
travel.
but yes, if y'all can come, it's so fun.
All right, Loki, did you have any more questions? I know you put up a bunch of things for some questions. Have we touched on all of them?
I did. A lot of them all were kind of making the same point that they don't want to see these things at cons, and like they don't want the adult or the sexualized stuff at cons. And let me just go through a couple of them and see if I can pick anything out. Appropriate for children.
I do have a question for you guys. So, what are your future plans and aspirations in the realm of boudoir cosplay?
I think I'm happy with what I'm doing now. I'm not out to change anything to get any kind of like. If people follow my stuff, they follow it. If they buy it, they buy it. I'm quite happy with where I am right now.
I second that. I like that answer. I like doing it because it's fun. I've collabed with other people, and my intention was just doing this just to enjoy it. People like it, they don't. But there's other people that are doing this for clout, and they're like, I want to be cosplay famous, and I want to be famous and a celebrity. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm doing this as a hobby to escape because I love it. So when I run into people like that, we tend to bump heads and kind of fall off because it's like, we got to make content, we got to do this. I don't want to take a nap. I don't want to. I'm tired. Self-help right now. So yes, but my goal is just to enjoy it.
Now I'm gonna piggyback on both of y'all. So yes, I do them. I do it for fun. I work a full-time job, and then I have other businesses on the side. And the type of work that I do is so serious. It's no fun. It lacks creativity. So I do this to get out my creative juices and just have fun outside of my workplace. That place is boring. Like, who wants to go there? But I don't want to do it for the cloud. I don't want to do it for the fame or whatever. But I just want to do it for fun, and I hope I continue to surround myself with people who are like-minded like me. Just want to continue to have fun and do cosplay for the love of cosplay.
Respect that.
Yeah, so for me, I've been doing this for a very long time. I love what I do, so kind of the same realm as you guys. But what I always tend to say is that my inbox is a safe space and my page is a safe space. So anybody who has questions or concerns about the industry or the business side of things or how to get involved or so on and so forth, I always say that you can always message me. I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can. I do say that this isn't something that I see me doing forever, and not because I don't want to, but because eventually you're going to burn out. Eventually you're just done. Like you're enjoying what you're doing right now and embrace it, love it, and ride it to its fullest. But I do say when it comes to like the boudoir aspect and stuff like that, I always tell people play safe, play it safe. Like I said, boundaries are huge. Make sure that you're comfortable with the world seeing it, because once it's out there, it's out there. Make sure that you have a good support system. Make sure that you are aware of the dangers of the industry and things like that. So I try to do my best to help spread awareness and concern, and to always make sure that if you have a problem or things like that, reach out to me and I'll do my best to help navigate through whatever I can for you, because I've been doing this long enough.
For myself, for future plans, I do want to do more collaborations with like other talented cosplayers and meet new people. So I do want to travel to more states cons because I've actually never been, and you guys make it sound like it's really lit. Yeah, so I want to go to Katsucon. So that's a goal of mine. So if I go, I'll definitely hit you guys up. So I just want to travel, go to more conventions, take my photography and videos to the next level, just keep leveling up, trying new things, trying new costumes, and take it to like a high, like better quality if I can. So that's just for me personally.
No, that's good. There was a question. Any advice for cosplayers that might want to do sexier cosplays and might feel afraid to do so because of backlash or trolls?
You're not ready. Honestly, if you are worried about that type of stuff, you're not ready. And it's not that you can't do it. Like, you can still do it. You don't have to post. That's the biggest thing too, is that no matter what, anybody can do a boudoir session of anything, whether it's cosplay based or just a personal level. You don't always have to post. So until you're ready, don't post, because you need to understand that no matter, you could be the most amazing looking human being on this planet, and you're still going to have that one person. And if that person's going to affect you, you're not ready.
Good point.
Yeah, I was going to say as well, like, you can do the boudoir, like, and chances are, if you want to do it right now, do it for yourself. Like, take those photos. It will probably make you feel more confident, because it usually does. But you do, as Cutie said, you don't have to post. You can sit on it for as long as you need to, and then when you're finally ready and you're at the point where you don't care about backlash or trolls, then have at it.
That's a really good point. Like, overcome your own personal insecurities. And myself, like, every photo shoot I do, I get more confident and more happy to post these things, because I like how they look, and you get better on camera and stuff like that. So it's like Canadian Comic Cutie said, if you're not ready, if you're still feeling insecure, just keep it for yourself. And one day, if you are ready, then you have a vault of photos or videos.
Yeah. And you can look back one day when you're old and wrinkly and be like, yeah, that was me. I was hot.
I know,
Plaster those things across your house. Be like,
Yeah.
Grandma. No, but seriously though, when you look back when you're older, you're like, wow.
And like you said, you grow with everything that you do. It doesn't matter whether it's like cosplay, photography, being in front of or behind the camera. When it comes to gaming, everything else, you have the ability to grow. So take that time and learn and grow from it. And like, online is terrible. It is a terrible space if you have like no confidence in yourself. It is a terrible space, because somebody out there is going to say something, and they're not always nice. So again, save all of that for you. I know lots of people who've done boudoir shoots and they've never posted a single image, and they've done multiples. They've done these things and they love everything about it, but they're like, I'm not ready to have other people tell me, this is not okay or whatever, because in myself, I still see it as minor flaws. So it really is about building yourself up.
Yes, you just gotta have like thick skin, because people are gonna talk. And to me, how I take it is, you're just reflecting your own insecurities on me. I am fine. You could be like, that whore. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
But I make fun. Now when I make reels, I just kind of make fun of it. Like, I had one where it's like me walking down the street, and someone's like, hey, you look familiar. And I'm like, you know where you see me. And then the Pornhub sound.
I love it.
I just be like, you know where you see me. I don't care. I'd be like, it's all words. You're going to be like, yeah, she's a whore, and she just sits at home and shows her titties and gets paid.
You're
jealous? I mean, you can show your titties and get paid. I mean, I'm not gatekeeping it. I love all titties. So you just got to have fun with it and just let it roll off your back until you're at the point where you're just like joking about it and just laughing. Like, oh, this person said I was a thought. I wish they were a little more clever. Like, harlot.
Come up with something better.
Like, come on, there's more words out there. You need me to help you?
You can't play into it. I did like the Scarlet A little cosplay thing just for the people that were saying that about me. Like, yep, this is me.
Did you do that for real?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's brilliant. That is fucking brilliant. I don't want to steal your idea, but that's
You gotta do it. Go ahead. No stealing. Take it.
You have permission.
I gotta see this.
I think I only posted one picture, but it was to make a point. Like, yeah, you're calling me that. I agree with you, and I embrace it.
They're like, oh my gosh, she's showing her ankles. Whore. Oh, that's funny, but I just like making fun of it. It's just funny.
Yeah.
That's how it doesn't bother me. But I mean, it's not that easy for everybody because everybody has like their triggering words. It's like, hey, I posted a sexy picture. Whore.
The thing is, we weren't.
You got to get used to it. You got to be comfortable because
We weren't always like this.
No.
We didn't always let it fall off of our back. We didn't always like. It got to us. It used to get to us, but you get to a point as you grow as a person where you learn how to handle these things.
Yeah, I always tell people that if they don't have like anything to do with your day-to-day life, if they don't have anything to contribute to your day-to-day life, what does it matter?
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's why the support system's huge.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm gonna get canceled. How?
Try it. I've done things that should be canceled long ago.
So, Cosplay Alliance posted another question. I've heard stories of photographers crossing lines when shooting. What should cosplayers be aware of when shooting with someone they don't really know? That's a really good question.
Yeah, take someone with you.
Bring a friend, have references, like see who they shot with. You can always reach out to those people. Don't be shy. And yeah, I would definitely say like, I don't know, like definitely vet the person. Don't just don't go somewhere alone with a stranger. Like,
no,
who they are. If they have friends, like if you have friends who do it, you can ask those friends, who do you recommend? So
I think that's the biggest thing that when anybody, doesn't matter if you're new to the industry or if you've been doing it for a long time, those are my big three things is look at their page, just check the quality of work, because at the end of the day, if you're going to pay for a photo shoot or things like that, you want to have good quality of work. Second, look at the tags, see if those people are reposting the imagery as well, because chances are if they're not, there's a red flag that you need to be aware of.
Yeah.
Ask right off the hop, be like, okay, we're new. I'm going to either do a sit down coffee interview where you can sit down and actually feel the vibe of the person before just showing up on set. And then say, I'm having somebody come with me. And these are my boundaries, set them hard. I do know horror stories of people being like, you know, I came for this type of a photo shoot and I got pressured into doing full nudes. And it's like, this shouldn't be a thing. So make sure that you have strict boundaries. And if you bring that friend, tell your friend your boundaries. Because unfortunately, no matter how strong you are, if you're pressured at some point, you might break. But if your friend is there and knows your boundaries, they can speak up for you. So it is a huge deal. And unfortunately, anybody nowadays with a phone thinks they're a photographer. So you really do have to do a lot of vetting.
I had one like, oh, come out into the woods and I'll shoot you. I was like, I don't think so. Alone?
I've had one creepy photographer and then one where the girl was the creep. But with the creepy photographer, I brought a friend with me and we were shooting. And he was like, oh yeah, you got nice legs. Oh man, yeah. I was like, okay, I'm getting uncomfortable. Then the other one, the photographer, I worked with him before. He's like, oh, this is a girl that I've shoot a couple of times. She really wanted to shoot with me. So when I shoot, I do mostly suggestive. So I kind of get into position. I'm like, okay, come closer. All right, boom, shoot. Okay, next position. She's like, no, we got to go with the flow. So she's all touching me. And I'm like, yo, time out. She pins me down and gets on top. I'm like, and the photographer's like, hold on, stop. No, don't do that. And I was like, yo, I'm ace. Like I told you, I'm asexual. Like I'm a whole museum. But you grow up in it, rub it on, makes you uncomfortable. If you're like, because unless you with Asian, we can be sexy. He's like, can I put my hand on your shoulder? Okay, we pose. Oh, we gotta get a little closer. Boom, we got the shot. Versus let's move around. The photographer's trying to keep up and snap. It's all blurry and ugly. I was like,
that's never okay.
I can't continue this shoot. I can't do this with you. She was worse.
And communication.
Wow.
Communication is key.
And consent.
Literally.
Exactly. She thought, and that's who I have most of my issues with, because dudes, they may say stuff, but they're not going to touch me. But women, they tend to be like, "Oh, I love your boobs."
Mm.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't
Find
know.
me dinner first. Jeez.
Like, I don't know you, ma'am. You can't just grab. Just like him, you need to ask for consent.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
I think
glad
that's a
people-
big deal.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm glad like cosplay is not consent kind of became a big thing over the last like few years, because before that, bro, at cons these people are just like, don't touch me, like I don't know you, don't touch me. But now it's like, hey, do you mind if I put my hand on you if we take a photo together? That's respectable, sure, whatever. So I do like that it's been more focused on.
The occasional thing still happens, but
And funny thing, because now it's finally getting like that at conventions. But I also go to Exotica, which is like a porn convention, which people think like, oh, people are just straight. They have like so much respect. Nobody touches you like, oh, can I get a picture with you? Are you charging for the picture? Yeah, I am.
It's funny that you brought that up, because that is a huge deal. There is like this fine line that everybody thinks that sex work and like OF and stuff like this, that there's like these guys are pigs and these girls are pigs and all these other things. But actually, you're right. They're way more understanding about the boundaries and about consent and everything else versus going to a local convention or things like that, where they're more touchy-feely than they should be, and we get it flagged for being like, no, don't do that, versus at those types of events that are based around sexuality and sexualizing these things, they have that understanding of where these lines are. So I think that cons have been doing way better with it. Like, we at our cons, we have signs everywhere that say cosplay is not consent. Whether they're really helpful or not, I'm not sure, but it is a huge deal that is being spoken about because of issues and problems that women are having. And I think that it does need to be screamed from the rooftops, no matter where you are, whether it's the grocery store or convention, you still have to have consent. And you can't just touch people without their permission.
Exactly, because at conventions, you would think it's like common sense, but no. But when I go to these sex conventions where literally people are just wearing pasties and a G-string, or they're wearing a fishnet bodysuit with nipples showing, and people already know I need to ask consent. And like, wow, it's common sense here. Why the hell not here? And it's just, it doesn't make sense, but I'm glad that they're getting better.
I can't tell you how many times I've been groped at a con. Like, just full on. So it's not like it's getting better, but it still happens. And actually, there was one where the guy came and sat behind my daughter and I. We were wearing Daphne and Velma, and put his phone down and took a picture. Yeah. I'm not going to mention the con. Toronto Comic Con?
Wow, that's messed up.
It's not, yeah, that sounds like a Comic Con.
Yeah, so like it does still happen. These things do still happen. We just have to be vigilant, and I guess it's good to have safe people at cons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if you're wearing the sexier stuff, because it is more likely to happen then.
Well, and I think there is, like, Cosplay Alliance is a good example. They are a safe space, and Toronto, everything like that. If anybody had a problem, they're like, hey, come to our booth. This is where we're located. Same with the Can Cosplay card. We said the same thing. You guys need a safe space. Come here. Like, we will help you. We will figure out what we can do. If somebody's following you at a convention, which I have had that happen, you need a safe space to go. So it's nice to see the community, especially, like, branching out and telling people we are a safe space. Like, come here.
Mm-hmm.
As
That's a really
it
good
should
point.
be.
And posting about.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I noticed a lot lately. I really admire these cosplayers out here putting out disclaimers saying, hey, when you see me, this is what I'm not okay with. Just gonna draw the line in the sand right here. Please respect my space. So I really appreciate seeing that now
Mhm.
and having that be a topic conversation because it's serious to people. Like respect my space, respect my boundaries. This is my body, okay? Please respect it.
And it doesn't matter if you're in the sex worker industry or doing OnlyFans or boudoir or anything like that. It doesn't give you consent. No matter what
No.
I do,
Absolutely.
it does not give you consent to
Correct.
touch me or to do something that is inappropriate without my permission.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. That's how it should be.
But I do appreciate that people are now also publicly calling out red flags and people who have done inappropriate things. There's now pictures that are being posted, like names that are being posted. Like, yeah, name those people. If they're doing inappropriate things and they're not stopping, even if they're not stopping, if they do anything inappropriate, like you've already crossed the line, you know you've crossed the line, like you're gonna get called out now.
Yeah, I guess like warn other potential victims, and it's like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna get called out. That's not our
Yeah.
issue. So
Just know people are gonna know about it. Yeah.
And it goes both ways. Like I think sometimes because like people are seeing men in cosplay, it's like yeah, men can actually get like groped too. Like
Yeah.
it happens to them, and it's like you see it on TikTok and stuff. Like I think there was a video of one of the Disney princes at like Disneyland or something
Gaston,
getting groped.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's just like it can happen to men too, and that makes them feel uncomfortable. Just because they're a guy doesn't mean they want to be touched. So
It made me uncomfortable watching that. I was like, what is she
Yeah.
doing?
so weird.
Yeah, I have a friend who dresses up as Batman, and it's notorious, especially because he's like 6'4", and so everybody like right up to him, and he gets it a lot. And I'm the one standing there yelling at people like, "This is not acceptable!" And I'm like this tiny 5'2" Wonder Woman coming at you, like this is not happening. So yeah, it does flow both ways. Like, and I think a lot of people understand that as a male cosplayer or content creator in general, it's okay to speak up. It is okay to tell us, this is an issue I had. This is something too, because as women, we speak out about it a lot because we want to warn other women. And a lot of the men don't seem to speak up as often because of the whole like stereotypical, men don't cry type of thing. And that's not what we are anymore. People need to throw that to the wind. And if this is happening to you, please find a safe space and please vocalize your experience so that more people can understand that this should not be happening to you either.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Because
Yeah.
everybody's voice matters. I don't care if you're a man or a woman.
Absolutely.
Voice matters. Please say something.
See something, say something.
Exactly.
Oh,
I hear that work all the time. That made me laugh. It's your responsibility.
right?
Hey y'all, I am so sorry. A whole bunch of family just like popped up at my door. I don't know. Like, I'm in the middle of podcast.
Well, we can wrap it up if you guys want. It's been a bit of time, so unless there's
It
any
has, yeah.
last questions or closing statements.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for doing this. This is something that needs to be talked about more often, and I appreciate meeting every one of you, and I'm going to stalk your social media. So before anything else happens, do you guys want to drop your usernames on Insta, TikTok, wherever we can find you so that everybody watching can find you easily?
Yeah, we can all type it in the chat. Or do you guys see your chat box?
How do I type
Can't
it in?
type.
Oh.
We'll go later and comment it on the YouTube as well.
Yeah.
For now.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I commented on that. But Instagram, love, LOVE _ paper doll. That's me.
Check all your
Do you have any
links
other
out.
platforms as well?
If you go to Instagram, I have my link tree and it has all the other stuff. Link.
Well, I'll make it easy. Well, I guess I'll shout out my website because on my website, you see all my social media links at the top. You can't miss it, but it's going to be my name, AsianMK.com. Totally simple, ASIAMMKAY.com. Perfect. You can find all my social medias and my YouTube channels there.
Yay.
It's Kawaii Kitten on Instagram, and same with me as same with Paper Doll. I have my link tree, so create my Instagram and you can click my link tree and find all the good stuff there.
Hit, guys.
Definitely.
For me, it's right here. Loki Goddess of Mischief is my Instagram, and also have Linktree. It's not all the same, so check out the Linktree if you want to find anything. Cutie?
Awesome. So I'm Canadian Comic Cutie. Google my name. That's on you for what you find. But on Instagram, I do have all of my links as well in my profile. I'm on TikTok. I am on Twitter. I am on OF. I'm on Fansly, Gumroad, Ko-Fi, Instagram. You name it, I'm there.
Okay. I
All
see.
right. Well,
Okay, just want to give a shout out to Cutie's cup. Can you please show us?
Oh, the color.
Oh,
I'm
Yes.
done.
Look at what's on it.
Thirsty.
It's awesome.
wow.
It's thirsty.
Thank you, everyone. Y'all are just the sweetest.
Yes. Thank you for joining us tonight and educating people, and hopefully this helps people understand sexy cosplays better and OnlyFans and sex work and all that fun stuff.
Bye, everyone.
I
Thank
definitely
you.
learned something.
Bye.
Bye.